Hello, everybody. I'm Scott. We're gonna do Doctor Who: Adventures in Time and Space again. We're gonna have fun. Now, who remembers what happened last time? That was here. Anybody?
We were sent to go find the doctor. And it's been going swimmingly. We went just before was it a meteor hit the Earth?
Well,
We
there was a
crash
large
land.
mass.
Well, we
They were
crash land. I know we crash landed, and we met some other Time Lords.
We crash landed on Earth after following the trail of the Doctor. The crash landing caused one of the bits of our TARDIS to become broken and busted. So we've been spending time not only helping the inhabitants of the planet achieve their slumber, but we've also just now repaired the TARDIS.
Yeah, and I almost made things go explodey.
Yeah, you almost destroyed the universe.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, Lamara was spending most of her time working on fine tuning it when we destroyed it. So I don't know what Lamara is up to at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna have a little short little thing at the beginning with her thing when we get to that point. Yeah, it's pretty much you went to Earth. You helped the Solarans get into inhabitation.
Yeah.
And
I
didn't want to
drove.
blow up the universe by putting two TARDISes together and see what would happen.
Part of me was like, try it.
Right?
Part of me was just like, probably a bad idea.
Yeah. Alright. So, this opening, the episode's going to open up, and we're going to see this spaceship kind of crash down onto a planet. And then a few seconds later, you see the blue phone box of the TARDIS materialize right next to the spaceship. Out of the spaceship, this young girl crawls out of the cockpit, um, looks around for a bit, and she sees the blue box. With excitement, she's like, "Oh my God, the doctor!" and starts running towards the TARDIS. As she's running there, this lady, well, no, wait, I take that back. It's not a lady, it's the male version. That's right. This guy steps out in this cloak looking thing and multicolored clothes and a vest that's got question marks on it, different things. And he steps out, and the girl from the ship is kind of stops for a minute and is like, "You're not the doctor." And he's like, "Sure, I am." And then starts charging at her and tries to tackle her. As another woman comes out of the TARDIS and is like, "No, get back in the TARDIS," kind of grabs this person and tries to drag him back in the TARDIS, right? Okay, so he's struggling with her, and then he's like, "No, I'm the doctor. I'm going to cause this because whatever." And then the girl that came out of the TARDIS was like, "No, you are not the doctor. You need to leave her alone, get back in the TARDIS so that I can have my doctor back." And then it stops at that point. Then we'll go back to where you guys are inside the console room of your TARDIS, where you're kind of like, "Okay, got this hooked up. It should work." And you fire up the TARDIS.
Well, I think that went swimmingly. It's not smoking.
Well, I suppose this time my trust in others has paid off.
Right. Okay. So meanwhile, while you guys are up there, we're gonna go downstairs. Well, actually, we're gonna go back in time a little bit. Where um, my brain just went. Lamara.
Mara.
Where Lamara. Yeah. My bad. So the Time War just ended, and you got a message to go see the War Council or the Time Lord Council. Um, you were currently working, making sure all TARDISes were locked down so that no one could leave during the Time War. So you got to the council chamber first, and they're like, present you with the situation they want you to do, and they want you to find the Doctor to get this cube thing to restore Gallifrey back into the universe. And they tasked you with going to the TARDIS bay and picking up this Type 90 TARDIS and get it ready so that you guys can use it when everybody else shows up. So you make your way there, and you're down getting the console room set. You go down into the deeper parts of the TARDIS. I'm not going to say all the way down to where the star is, but you're down there working, getting things set up right and whatnot. And while you're working on that, you then feel the TARDIS move. And you're like, okay, who's messing with my stuff while I'm trying to set things up?
Oh, this is not good. Does it sound like the actual engines are running?
Yes.
I put down whatever gadget I'm using and just start running up to the control room.
When you start to leave, you get halfway there, and like the whole TARDIS powers down, and now you're in a locked corridor, and the doors kind of, and you have to sit there and figure out how to get past those locked doors or restore power back to the TARDIS. And
there's no power.
Yeah. Because it traveled from one universe to another, and it kind of shook it about.
Well, there has to be a manual override on this door somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll start looking for the manual override.
Okay. You look and you kind of find a panel there and kind of pull it away and go through it. And then you're like, it's going to take a while to get done. And then let's say you just about time you get the door to open and it opens up and you step right through is about the same time that everybody else is on the bridge and they hooked up or on the console room and got all their stuff hooked up, and then everything starts to light back up.
I take it you're the others that are supposed to be here?
Oh,
What?
yes.
So you guys are all in there in the console room trying to get situated when Lamara comes running up out of one of the side corridors and is like, ask a question to y'all.
Oh,
sorry.
hi. You must be our stowaway. Hi, stowaway.
Stow, what are you doing in my TARDIS?
It was a gift.
You better be the ones that the council told me about.
Yes, we are. Hi,
Yeah.
my name is Zoe.
Hi. So what am I seeing here?
Okay, so they hooked up some rudimentary device to the console to get power to it to get it to run again. So
Oh
you
God,
see
I
the
go right over and check it out and make sure this thing's not going to blow up.
okay. Trying to think. That's probably ingenuity technology, right? Yeah,
That probably would be a good one.
yeah.
And then I do have specialties in gadgetry. Well, probably repairs won't play into this.
Yeah. Not a plus bonus to the roll, if I remember right. Like it could add it. So yeah.
And how much of a bonus?
My brain says 4.
Well, I'll go with your brain.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, so you look at it and you know it'll serve maybe for 1 or 2 more trips, but it's not going to sustain for very long, but it'll do for the purpose of now to give power. Um, a little more troubleshooting might be able to accelerate to where it'll be a lot more effective, but it'll work for now.
My character will just kind of look back at him as he inspects it. It's like, yes, well, that's what I get for being stranded on a technologically inferior planet, I suppose, but it works.
And it kind of looks like a toaster, if I remember right.
There's a toaster dangling off of like the side of it that's like wrapped in cords.
Yeah.
The mediator kind of just like leers over the shoulder to see what like Lamara is looking at. Like, but like also like quiet, like probably completely obvious though, because like doesn't want anyone to like draw attention to the fact that this is probably the only one who doesn't completely understand what's happening. I've got 3 ingenuity. That is a commoner's understanding of how this works.
Oh man. And that's with your plus. Oh wow.
I have 6.
I have 8.
Well, I do have a couple years of regeneration on me.
Okay, so you guys, as you guys are standing there talking, looking over the modified adaptation, and the TARDIS starts to move as you feel it go through the time vortex or whatever, trying to follow the trail of the DNA input of the Doctor. You feel at one point towards the end of your conversation that the TARDIS has ended somewhere.
I try to get the view screen up and running so I can have a peek outside.
Wow, no clunk. That's new.
Yeah, the modifications made it for a much smoother travel this time. So you know what buttons to push to bring up that view screen, what sequence of levers and knobs and whatnot. So back on the opposite wall of where the door is, there's a panel that kind of raises up, and you see this monitor that has the outside view. Um, as you look outside, you see kind of this open field, like this open area around a forest. Um, and it looks, and you see a girl pinned on the ground with this older gentleman on top of him, on top of her, another female standing a few feet behind them, talking and arguing. But way behind them is the police box blue TARDIS.
Um, well, I think we should go say hi. And I head over there.
Well, considering this is your namesake, I trust you.
All right, so as we get closer, do we hear anything? Do we make out anything? What's going on? I mean, obviously, there's a dispute. There's someone. It looks like they have a TARDIS, but are we picking up anything as we get closer in terms of detail of who's on what side and who's?
Okay, so as you step out, there's the one female standing behind the guy is yelling at the guy, and she's stating, "No, you're not him, or you're not her. You're not my doctor. You need to get back in the TARDIS and get us back to where we were and bring the doctor back."
Hey, while they're doing that, my character's just going to walk around, making a wide berth, and just walk up to the blue TARDIS and use his goggles to scan it real quick.
Okay.
Oh, you looking for the doctor too? Because we're looking for the doctor.
As you say that, the guy looks up and sees all of you. You're like, "What? I
Yeah.
am the doctor."
Which one?
And
Because I
then,
met like a little kid doctor, and that wasn't the right doctor. So I have to find the right doctor.
the lady standing behind is like, "No, this is not the doctor. This is the doctor. This is the doctor's body, but not the doctor's mind." Like,
So does this look like the guy that we're talking about, the one with the gray hair and everything?
no,
So he doesn't
uh,
look like the one we're looking for.
no. He's got darker skin and he's young. Trying to figure out how to describe him. I've seen him on the show. It's okay. So the girl standing behind is like, "No, this is the master in the doctor's body."
Do you have evidence to prove it? Because I'd love to see it.
Not really. They're they said something about a forced regeneration thing. Um, I'm from Earth and I don't know much about this whole Time Lordy thing, so I'm not really understanding what. I just need to get him back so that I can have my doctor back because
Well,
I was with her.
Hey, that's a
Go ahead.
37 on the scan, by the way.
Okay. To scan for.
The TARDIS.
He was
Just
scanning
making
the
sure.
TARDIS. He walked past everybody, went over to the
While they're all
TARDIS, and
talking.
scanned it while we were talking. Yes.
Yeah. It's a TARDIS. What kind of information you get from a scan?
But would it match the TARDIS that he left our universe in? as far as the
Ours was like a white tube, right? Correct. That's what it looked like. That was
At the
picture.
moment, it kind of turned into a tree. You look back, and it's a tree because you have a working chameleon circuit.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a tree.
So when it came here in the forest, it turned into a tree.
Okay.
Well, my character's just gonna open the door and walk in.
Into his TARDIS.
Yes. While they're talking. You can continue with the conversation. My character's just doing his thing.
So hold on.
Yeah.
Why won't you verify that you're who you say you are? You say you're the doctor, then you wouldn't have any issue proving it. No.
So he's still holding this girl on the ground and looks up at you guys. It's like, stupid council. This must be before I had my fun. Why are you
Before
guys?
you had your fun?
Yes, I learned some things that the council decided to hide.
Okay. Well. So are you saying that this is after you had your fun, meaning you put Gallifrey on back on the timeline, or is this like before you do that, or are you running from us or something? What did we do?
I killed everyone on Gallifrey.
Oh, so they're dead.
Yes.
Bugger, we did a bad job. What did we do wrong so when we meet the real you, then we can fix that?
The real me. There's million
The
versions
one,
of me.
right, but the one that we're probably that we haven't met yet, I guess. Are you saying that we try to kill you and then you become this version? Did you do some? Are we gonna be? Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Oh, is that your? Is that yours right there? And he points to the brain is not working right now.
His TARDIS.
Yeah, Stardust.
And the girl behind him is be like, no, that is not the master's. That belongs to the doctor. And the master needs to get back in the TARDIS so that I can have my doctor back.
Oh, right. All right. Well, how about we let go of the woman and we'll figure this out without everyone punching each other. Okay?
No.
No. All right. Well, if that's the case, I might have to call the rest of the Time Lords, and I really don't want to do that.
You think I'm afraid
No,
of the
but
time?
I don't think so. But it sounds like you're on a really serious time crunch, and I don't think you'd want to be wasting any more time than you have to. So why don't we move away from what we're... Why don't we figure out what's going on right now? Because clearly, you seem to think that I am someone who you've met already. And I don't think I have met you.
No. I have no idea who you people are. And I don't care. I have a weird dog in the background. Fine. You win, yes. Let's go. And then he kind of just throws the girl on the ground. It's like, I'll be back later. And then turns around and starts walking towards the TARDIS. His TARDIS.
Ah! So, alright, well, You came with him on this thing? You need to get back on there, right? Before he gets in. No? Talking to the girl.
Okay, so the girl gets up off the ground and
I'm
like,
helping her I'm picking her up.
she's kind of like, I'm confused as all get out.
Right.
And then she sticks her hand out and it's like, hi, my name's Jenny.
Oh, Ginny, hi. I'm the mediator. I'm kind of trying to figure out what's going on here. It seems like there's a doctor and a master, but we're looking for a doctor, and he says he's the doctor, but you're saying he's the master.
So, I don't have a clue. I traveled around a while after I was created from the Doctor. So then I was flying around and the TARDIS ran into my ship, which you look over to the side, you see her ship crashed on the edge.
So this isn't your TARDIS. This is your TARDIS.
I don't have one.
Oh, well,
I just have a spaceship that I took from. My brain can't remember the name of that planet they were on.
but it's you crashed your spaceship and you have no way back.
I always find a way.
I mean, you could always hitch a ride with us or that doctor. You know what? Why don't we just go follow that doctor and see what go? I'm gonna enter the TARDIS with Ginny since I'm just curious what's inside. I have that curiosity to see what a different TARDIS looks like, especially someone I haven't met besides the musicians. Musicians was cool.
Okay, so we're gonna hop over to when I can't remember the scientist walks into, and the scientist walks into this TARDIS. Okay, so the visual of it is, it's big, and there's kind of these glowy orange pillar curve things that are kind of on the edge of the console room, kind of bending in towards, and there's kind of steps going up to the console itself, but there's a lot of space in that one.
Do I know what edition it is?
You know what type of TARDIS?
Yeah.
It's a Type 40.
Ah. Well, did you
And
get my message on Discord, by the way?
yes.
Okay. So just tell me whatever that roll's going to be.
Okay. Blue that's in there. So roll. I think it would still be the ingenuity tech thing to find it and remove it.
Okay.
Because it's an older version.
That's a 44.
Holy kerfuffles. Why 12? You put a lot more points into it, didn't you?
I put 8 into ingenuity and 3 into technology.
Yeah, but you do 8 plus 3 plus 2d6.
Oh, no. 8 plus 3 plus 2d6.
Yeah.
Oh. Never mind then. That scan probably didn't happen either.
Ooh. 12. Ooh.
Sorry, I was running off of dice pools.
Yeah.
So 2. 8, 9, 10, 11. So, sorry, that's an 18.
Okay.
I know why I was doing dice pools. It's because the system is very familiar to in another system.
Yeah.
That's my bad, guys. Sorry.
So you go up to the console, look at it, and do a couple of scans. You figure out, hey, if I take this one thing out, it'll probably disable it from moving.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that if it's all the same to you.
Yeah. So about the time you get it removed and into your pocket is when the doors open and the male and female that you guys saw outside are walking back in.
My character's just gonna look at the TARDIS and be like, Type 40, huh? This one is quite elegant for a Type 40.
And the woman's gonna look at you and be like, yeah, apparently that doctor's had it for a while.
Well, safe travels to you. And my character's gonna walk out.
So as I walk in, I probably see the scientist. Oh!
Yeah.
Is it-
And that's about the time when the scientist is about to walk out. You are walking in with Jenny.
Oh, Ginny, this is my companion, the scientist. Uh, is there anything worth seeing in there? Is it as interesting as the musicians?
It was definitely interesting. But I really should get back to the ship.
Oh, right. Ginny here has crashed her ship. Maybe we could give her a lift?
Of course.
Uh, if you don't mind, Ginny, I'm going to have a chat with the doc. You know what? Doctor, like signaling over to the doctor. Are you guys going to be here long?
No, and you see him going up to the console trying to have a clue how to. He's done it before thousands of times on the Doctor's TARDIS, so he kind of knows what to do. Okay, so he's up there doing it, and then to see the pillars start to warm up to go, and then it kind of goes.
And that's when my character's just going to push between the two and calmly walk over to the other TARDIS.
Right. The last question I have for you before I go is, how did you kill everyone on the Gallifrey?
He then reaches down and pulls out a sonic blaster and points it at both of y'all. What did you do to this TARDIS?
It was an accident?
Probably damaged in the crash. Ours was. Certainly.
Scans the console with it because they didn't. Well, he does have a sonic thingy, sonic blaster. And he scans the TARDIS. I didn't put enough.
Anyway, I'm a bit late for my evening tea. If you would excuse me. And my character's just gonna keep walking.
Okay. You leave. The moderator still standing there. And
Yep.
the master, doctor, whatever, points it at the console, scans it, then looks at it, and then pulls it back up and points it right back at you. What did you do?
I haven't done anything. In fact, I'm just standing in the doorway.
My character's
So,
going to walk over to Brian and just kind of hand him offhand the thing that I gotten from the other TARDIS. And it's like, make sure that's good and hidden.
so, about that talk that you didn't want to have with me earlier. It sounds like you want to talk.
I. What do you want to talk about?
Are you saying that you shot everyone on the Gallifrey? That seems highly unlikely. It doesn't sound very doctory, first of all.
Technically, I'm the master in the doctor's body.
So you admit it. Nice. That's good. Honesty is a good start.
Sort of. Yeah.
All right. So, I take it. Are you saying you, the master, masquerading as the doctor, went and killed everyone on Gallifrey with a sonic pistol?
This was well before this.
Come on. You've got time to reminisce.
So, I found Gallifrey. Went back to Gallifrey. Went through the archives. And found a secret that the council has been keep buried since the creation of the Time Lord race.
Okay. Are you saying that this is something that shouldn't get out? Are you planning to put it out everywhere and everyone wants to kill you for it? What are you trying to imply?
Well, when I did it, I wanted to tell the doctor because technically it had to do with her.
All right.
Then I got mad and then blew up everyone on Gallifrey. And then I made a new race.
Okay.
Cybermen Time Lords.
That's a cute name. Anyway, I think we're gonna be like probably talking back and forth. Feel free to. I don't want to leave Zoe and Lamara out of this, so let them do their thing.
Okay, so we'll hop back into that. You two step back into your TARDIS. Trying to remember the parts of a TARDIS and what would be the most fun to pull out. What was that one that the fourth pulled out? Or was it the third one?
I wish I could tell you.
My memory is not serving me well today. Okay. I can visualize the little device. It's got an X shape around a circle, and it allows the TARDIS to move.
Transport? Oh, you're talking about like an actual like lore thing. Not a mechanic thing. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shows. Oh God, is that the third or the fourth Doctor?
I can't remember if it was the third or the fourth. I'm trying to visualize that episode in my head. And I want to say it was the third.
Probably the third because that's when the TARDIS wasn't able to travel.
Yes.
It
And he
wasn't
took,
until the fourth that they got it fixed.
yeah, because the Doctor went into the Master's TARDIS, pulled out this one device, and was going to replace it into his TARDIS, but they were incompatible types, and it wouldn't work. But I'm just trying to remember what that device was. But that's technically what you pulled out.
Ah.
So it's a thing to allow the TARDIS to move. At this point, it's just a locked TARDIS, but can't travel.
So technically, we have the key to the
Yeah.
ignition.
Yes. So you two are back there in your TARDIS, and you realize you know what that device is, and you know what it's good for. So, in all technicality, you trapped them from leaving.
Have we decided what our TARDIS looks like inside?
I don't think we really have. No.
No.
No, we have not.
In fact, Lamara should probably be the one who had decided how it looked because you were the one first in it to begin with. So I imagine that you'd get basically claim over how it looks.
Okay, then it's very steampunkish.
Nice.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about it way before we started this whole series. Is
Yeah.
It would be like a combination of everybody's aesthetic, but whoever the first one to walk through would have a little more of that.
Because my character looks like it's from a steampunk type.
So it's got a lot of
Gears.
gears. Yeah.
Gears and levers and switches and dials and doohickeys all over the place.
And random steam that comes out doesn't really do anything, but it looks cool.
Yeah, and the
So there's
occasional
probably-
whistle goes off.
So there's probably not that many screens to begin with, actually. Like, in terms of the aesthetic. I'm not saying that there isn't screens. Like, there'd probably be
Yeah.
less for the aesthetic.
That's why
Yeah,
it has
there
that.
wouldn't be.
It's behind the panel because it's part of a feature of a TARDIS. Even I think the first one even had a view screen. If I remember right.
Yes, it did. It was like a separate console.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm thinking like the view screens on like the like you can move an arm up, down, left, right, sort of hanging off of that, and it looks like something out of a weird like 1940s, 1950s sci-fi.
Nice.
That could just be moved around the console. It's the only screen there is, but it can be moved around.
Nice.
So like the way Matthews was, he could spin that monitor around.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you do now that you know what this is, where it's from? I'm pretty sure that the scientist fills you in where it came from.
Yeah, I'll tell him basically where I got it from and what it does if he doesn't already know.
Yeah.
I mean, he was working on the ship, so he would assume he would know.
Yeah, I'm the technician, so
Ah, excellent.
I'm the one that keeps this thing running.
Well, kind of wish you hadn't gotten locked back there in the last foray we had to go see the doctor.
Yeah, well, sometimes you get busy with your work.
Yeah. I tried to make do with my work, but
Well, I think we need to put this into a safe place.
Yeah, so it gives them plenty of time to talk. How are you for tea?
Oh, tea would be lovely.
I always bring some Earl Grey with me, and a lemon. I got it back when I was on Earth a while ago. I caught this episodes of Star Trek, and this captain kept ordering it.
Oh, yes, I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Interesting, gentlemen. Sure, I would love a cup right now.
okay.
But just excuse me for a second. And she
Not a
walks over to one of the whatever walls closest to her and flips what looks like a little lid and holds the device to it, and all you hear is as it gets sucked up and shoots through a bunch of tubing.
Now, I don't know if we could retrofit a TARDIS 40 into this ship.
No,
Fair enough.
it's the same thing because I think the Masters was what 30.
Something like that, or roughly the same.
But it was just like a few differences is why he couldn't use it back then. But yeah, it's not going to be a compatible piece for this TARDIS. But what your TARDIS did when you put it in there is it took it to a separate room and
Yeah.
kind of hid it away type thing.
Yeah. I'm figuring it's like the old-fashioned mail tubes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of them running through the whole TARDIS. Only the TARDIS knows where they go.
Exactly. And we know TARDISes are smart.
Yes. So I know I have to be good to the mail lady to get it back later.
Yes.
Ah,
So you guys go have tea. They're having a conversation. What are you doing? If I can remember your name.
Zoe.
Zoe. Yeah. What is Zoe doing in the midst of? They all run off into the police box TARDIS. Two of them go back into y'all's TARDIS. What do you do?
Well, I pretty much just like I'm always taking apart my gun and putting it back together just so that I can memorize how it goes together, just in case someone takes one of the parts to my gun. I know which part they took and where it goes.
Right. Um, as you're standing out there and everybody else has disappeared, you see a dude kind of step out of the tree line. It's kind of average, like 6'5", dude, muscular, walks out in jeans and a t-shirt, and he's like, "What in the world is going on here?" And then sees you and is like, "What?"
And I think that by that time, I have put my gun together for like the sixth time or something like that. And I just like pointed at him and asked him who he is.
Uh, Sean? My name's Sean. What's up?
Okay, and what are you doing wandering in the woods this time?
Well, technically, I just woke up.
From where?
Over there. He like points back into the woods. He's like, I was dead. No, I'm not.
What? How?
How was I dead? That is a very good question. I don't remember.
Well, do you remember where you were when you died?
No.
Okay, I'm going to need you to take me to where you woke up.
Okay. Come on. You walk about like 15, 20 feet into the woods and you see, you know, you can follow the path where he walked, walking through the thing where the crunched up leaves, and then you see this thing about the shape of where he was just laying in the middle. And as you look up through, you can see there's a hole through the top of the trees right there to where he would be. So he fell.
Like, you, you see the hole up there in the tree line? It lines up exactly where your outline is right here. So it looks like you fell.
Question is how far?
Yeah, and where from?
That is a memory we need to find.
I'm going to take you back to my TARDIS so that hopefully my fellow humans, or whatever the rest of them are, can take a look at you and figure out what's going on. Because I have no clue.
Okay. So, into the blue box.
Well, the white tube.
It's
a
a
tree.
tree. It's a
The
Tree.
tree.
So we're
Yes.
gonna walk into a tree.
Yes.
Right.
Wait, if
Okay.
you don't trust me, you can just stay out here and I'll go first.
Okay.
Like, as I'm saying that, I'm just walking into it.
Okay. So I want to hop back to the blue tartars and the conversation that y'all are doing and figure out where we're at with that conversation.
Right. So I would like to use my ability to infuriate the master to keep him off balance and possibly get some more information about, for example, basically, what secret is he holding? That's the secret. I'm going to try to see if I can loosen him up to the point where he's willing to brag it by basically asking questions that are just off the mark that he corrects me enough to the point where he's going to let something slip. And I would like to do that with my ability to convince, since that falls into like lie, bluff, and a bunch of other things and expertise. So I'm going to be like, I guess the way I'm going to lead into this is going to be like, well, it's just, it seems very far fetched to me with all this information that you're saying that you blew up Gallifrey. This secret here that you've been alluding to, I would think, at this point, it's kind of redundant not to tell anyone, especially if they're all dead.
What? That the doctor is a timeless child? And
The
the
doctor is a
DNA.
timeless child.
Okay. So DNA was extracted from the doctor when she first came to the universe, which that scientific endeavor that they did, well, I mean Tecte did on the doctor. Once Tecte found out the doctor can regenerate, Tecte took the time to figure out how to harness that ability and give it to all Time Lords. So we're all all Time Lords are descendants of the Doctor.
Right. We are her children, is what you're saying. To that's crazy. That's it's really. Do you have the logs with you to prove it?
He walks over to the console, pushes a series of buttons, and the screen pops up and shows the uh, scientific discovery of Pictet-U and the different experiments that she did with the timeless child that were locked away in the Gallifreyan vault, uh, knowledge vault. I can't remember what it's called.
I'm gonna use my Omni Voice modulator to verify these documents are from Gallifrey. So would that be a since it increases my knowledge by 4 since it's being used? What would
That'd
I
probably
use
be
to
the
roll that?
ingenuity knowledge plus that bonus.
Okay. So that's 3 plus 4, so that's 7. Okay. 2d6 plus 7. 18.
That was
Ooh, damn.
which is I gotta remember what that thing super success or whatever is that 73 that they chart was on.
I thought like 30 is the highest, right? So like, and then it depends on how far I succeed based on the difficulty you set. So it's like how many
Yeah,
points. So
so plus amount above says result is good. Yes,
so
you managed to do what you wanted.
so my Omnivoice modulator, it tells me that these are indeed from Gallifrey.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay, that's a lot to take in. But what? Why would you blow up Gallifrey over this? I mean, yes, this is a big deal, but just because they lied to you?
Then laid to all of us.
I mean, yeah, but lying is not like a reason to just like kill everyone. Some of them
Why
didn't even
not?
know.
Why not? It sounded fun at the time.
Right.
I've killed people for less. I've killed people just for pure entertainment.
So, where's your body? Is the doctor with you? Your body then?
Technically, the doctor's back on Earth in, I want to say 2020. No, 2020. Yeah, about 2020 on Earth.
Oh,
Stuck in a device that made her force regeneration, which then put me in her body. And she's unconscious in mine.
well, this has been a great talk. But I left my tea over in my Tesseract. I think I better be going.
You can go as soon as you return whatever you took.
Right, that thing. I don't even know what this thing is. Oh, wait. I know what this button does, and I go to press a button.
You just push a random button.
That's right.
Okay. Randomness fun.
Should
I don't know.
Should I roll something? Like should I roll my technological ingenuity?
Sure. Because you might have a clue what it does.
Yeah, exactly.
Does she? No, that was what's his name? Oh, library.
So my combined score is a +5, guys. I rolled a 1. I rolled a 5 and a what?
And 11. You don't have a clue what you just did.
Exactly.
Okay. You push a button, a beam then locks onto this doctor, and he's then removed from the room.
Oh, I like that button.
And then the girl, Yaz, she's standing there looking at you and is like, I don't know how to fly the TARDIS. That was what the doctor did. But I just wanted him to go back so I can have my doctor back, but whatever. Let's go back and figure out what the other people did. Because
All right.
you don't seem like you're technologically smart enough to have a clue what's going on.
Oh. But as you can see, I can handle myself. Let's go.
Obviously. Okay, so I'm going to do as you and Yaz step out of the TARDIS is when Sean and Zoe kind of are walking towards the TARDIS as well. And as you're walking, Sean looks over and sees the moderator. And he goes, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing?"
Oh, hi. Sean, what are you doing here?
Well, I was okay, starting to come back. Okay, a little bit starting to come back. So, remember that transport you got me off the Dalek ship out of Gallifrey? Um, we were flying in it, and I got kicked out somehow, and fell to this planet.
Oh, rough business. Well,
And
you
I
sure
died.
saved. Oh. Well, look, you got better.
Yeah, I always do.
uh, so, I'm glad to see you're okay. I just, hit a button over there. Zoe, I think we should go, because someone claiming to be the master inside the doctor's body was there. It was a whole thing. I think we're good, though. I pressed a button, and it seemed to fix the problem.
Yeah, let's just walk into this tree real quick.
Okay. See, you guys walk back into your guys' TARDIS, and you all see that Lamara and the scientists are just sitting there having some tea, having a conversation.
Ooh, tea. And I go like, is there? I go to look to see if there's like any like tea available, like to pour, or if there's an open cup. Or...
The scientist just kind of reaches into his coat and pulls out a bag of Earl Grey, holds it behind his head.
Oh yes. Makes a cup of tea, holds two hands, and goes. Ah, that hits the spot. The doctor over there seems to have said that they killed everyone on Gallifrey. That was startling.
Well, it's a good thing they won't be moving for a
Right,
while.
right. Um, So, I've learned some interesting news. Um, the doctor we're looking for, is the timeless child. Does
Hmm.
that mean anything to any of you?
Can I get a roll on that?
Yeah, I'd like to roll on that too.
Do
And
you
I do
guys?
have knowledge dark times.
Yeah. Do you have like history of Gallifrey? Anybody got like history of Gallifrey that would give a bonus?
Not history.
But you have the dark times, so that would
Yes.
add a bonus too.
Nope.
Would that be awareness? Knowledge? No, awareness is what you see.
No, knowledge is just lore, straight up lore, what your character would know. So,
So
mine
did-
excludes the dark times for my device, so I can't use it for that. Yeah.
Would it just be ingenuity and knowledge then?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah.
And the dark times gives what type of bonus?
+2 if you're expertise in it.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what the DC would be. I was saying it would be probably 18. Oh, you got it, 18.
And I got a 19.
So, the result is a success, but yes, but. Okay, so you all would recall that the history of Gallifrey was blocked for most normal people. The only people that had access to the early stuff was the council. You can only go so far back. And even if trying to go into the dark times research, you can still only go back so far. When you do research into it, it would be completely locked out to anybody that wasn't on the Time Lord Council.
Oh. Oh my. That's a dilemma. We might
I
need
mean,
to report back.
like, so the doctor we're looking for, he claims that this doctor is kind of the mother of all doctors. Like if we, like the like us going through our regeneration comes from this one doctor, the one that we're looking for.
Huh.
I think if we are going to find this doctor, Ginny and her companion here that's with me, they need to get their doctor out of a coma who's in the body of the master. I hit a button and made the doctor's body with the master disappear, unfortunately. So I think we bought ourselves some time.
Which button did you push?
Oh,
Oh, the first one I saw.
You can probably describe what button it was that you pushed for her to understand what happened.
Right.
Like you could be like, "Oh, it was the button that kind of looked like
All
this."
right. I'll describe it. Ooh, it was like a. It was like a big button with like almost like I had a joystick, and there was a big red button sticking out from the top.
And you would know that it's probably a teleportation thing to put a teleportation beam that put him on a different part of the TARDIS.
So you push this button, and
Yes.
he disappeared.
That's generally what I just said. Yes.
He could be anywhere within that TARDIS.
Well, TARDIS is infinitely big, no? So that means that we bought ourselves some time.
Now, you said
This
what?
just-
That he had killed everyone on Gallifrey?
Oh yes, he was very clear about that. He blew it up. Over the secret about the Doctor being the mother of all regeneration, being the originator. So,
Well, seems something silly to blow up an entire race for, doesn't it?
I thought so too. So I would say if we could get to 2020, where the Doctor's unconscious body is, and find a way to get him awake, it might clear a few more things off. And besides, maybe it's the Doctor we're looking for, who can add us back to the timeline, if we're all still alive.
Well, we won't know until we get there. Who is he? My character will point over at Sean.
I'm
Oh.
Sean.
Oh, this is my friend Sean. He and I know each other from a little bit from the Gallifrey War. He died. He got better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he fell from the sky, don't know where.
My good sir, could I see you in my office?
He died.
Oh yes, yes, it was a tawdry tale.
That's it. I pull up my sonic screwdriver and I scan him.
Okay. Um. Medicine.
Is that what we do to guests?
You said he died. I'm making
I
sure
want to
this
know
is
what
real.
he is as well. What are you, my good sir?
Human?
Really now?
Well, I was.
You were? What did you become?
Well, I was traveling with this little girl. She
Not
was
a
a little
good
girl when
start, but continue.
well, she had a guitar. She was kind of cool.
Oh, I know her. The musician. You spoke with the
Yes.
musician.
Yes. And
Oh.
so her TARDIS is kind of older and kind of went wonky and threw me through the time vortex. And when I ended out on the other side, I was on Gallifrey in the middle of a war.
Interesting.
And that's when I found the moderator and he helped get me off of Gallifrey on a secret Dalek ship. And it was traveling wherever. Then they found I was hiding and tried to exterminate me because they kept saying that over and over. And so I jumped out of the ship and
Oh, right.
then I woke up in the forest.
Would my character know about the, due to recent events, which race is the one that yells exterminate?
Yes.
Okay. So you met the Daleks. Yes. They have a tendency to hate all organic life, I do believe. Isn't that their mission? Oh,
Yeah.
who knows?
I've yet to make friends with such a race, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I tried.
But they tried to exterminate you. It's kind of their thing.
Yeah.
So an immortal human,
Apparently,
he might be stuck in time. A constant, so to say.
That's possible. Could be in a loop.
He could be.
Oh, they do this sometimes. They talk to themselves. Talking to
Um,
Sean?
Sean's got a confused look on his face, like, what?
My good sir, could I dissect you?
What?
I think just scanning's enough. What do I get from the scan?
Okay. So, yeah, he's human, but every single molecule of his being is like reconstructing itself. You know how humans, as we grow old, parts of us are slowly dying off as we get older. But as you scan his molecules and everything about him, they are in constant regeneration and constant repair.
Am I like getting a residual reading of the time vortex on him?
Yes.
Oh, very interesting. And then the scientists, I show him the readings on from my sonic. It's like, that's very interesting.
Very interesting indeed. What kind of roll would I have to make to figure out what's going on with this immortal human?
I'm thinking medicine. Ingenuity.
Medicine? Okay. Okay, science and biology, knowledge. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah. Knowing that his body got shoved through the time vortex probably gave his body that constant of time moving through his body at all times.
He's constantly. Oh, sorry, go on.
So that's what gives the kind of the illusion that he's immortal, because his body seems to be healing and moving back and forth through time.
Well, that is very interesting. It looks like, good sir, you're resetting back to a certain point every time you take any amount of damage.
Interesting.
Oh, I've seen that movie. It's like Groundhog Day.
No, that's
What?
completely different.
Except on the sailors, no?
Well, no, technically yes, but no. He is caught in a time loop, but his body is not. Like his mind is not.
Right. But I'm
So he
saying his
wakes up in the
cells
same
are.
day. Well, yes, his cells remain constant, but the entire point of the show was, how am I trying to explain the way time works to you? It was reverting the entire planet's time, not his.
Right.
Anyway, enough silliness of these weird Earth movies. I wonder if we could hook them up to our TARDIS and maybe fix the engines.
That
Revert
would
it back to a
require a
time when they
surgical.
worked.
That would be a surgical procedure. We could pull it off.
You're gonna hook me up to a machine?
If you would be so kind.
Oh, it wouldn't hurt much.
No, it wouldn't hurt at
Apparently I
all. I'll
can't
make
get
sure of it.
hurt. Apparently I can't get hurt, and if I do get hurt, I'll come back. Sure, let's do it.
Okay. Excellent.
Definitely.
Okay, so while you guys are doing that, how long would that take to do?
Are we sure we should be doing this here? Maybe we should go to like 2020, away from the master before we do this.
Okay, that little thing you hooked up that lets our TARDIS go might only have one trip left in it.
Mm,
We need to get the engines running properly.
I see your point, fair.
And Gaz is like, what do we do? Don't we need the body of the master to get him to switch?
I mean, we could just bring him out of a
This
coma,
person?
no?
Do what?
Couldn't we just bring him out of a coma in the master's body?
I don't know.
That's
You guys
basically
have
what I
weird
was.
What if we
Time
killed
Lord
the
bodies.
master? What if we killed the master? The regeneration might work. It's a running theory, at least.
But would he regenerate as the master or as the doctor?
That is the question. And scientific minds do wish to know.
That's true.
Well, what do you think? I hit a button.
Don't touch the console unless you're told.
You gotta be glad you're a Time Lord.
I don't need to go on to another regeneration just because you push a button.
Oh, you should have seen it earlier. You almost destroyed the entire universe.
With this TARDIS.
Or she, my apologies.
That's it. I'm putting biometric locks on everything, and you're not being programmed into it.
That might kill us someday.
Or it might just save our life on multiple occasions.
That's what I'm thinking.
There's no telling.
Scientific minds wish to know.
Can't remember where they were. What was the name of that episode with the forced regeneration?
I can't remember.
Oh, there's been a few forced regeneration episodes.
Yeah, but the one with Jody and the Master. It was just recently.
Was that one of the specials?
I think so.
Yeah, I haven't watched those two yet. I should.
Anyway, I'm sure Zoe would be appreciative of the chance to kill something. My character just smiles up at Zoe.
If you don't shut your mouth, I'll kill you.
I love it when you talk dirty.
I'm just gonna smack him with the butt of my rifle.
But
Next time, it'll be a bullet straight between your eyes.
oh come now.
Power of the Doctor? Yes. Okay. They're in Russia. Oh, I had the date wrong. It's 1916 in Russia. I forgot they were jumping back and forth from 2020 to Russia in 1916. So, you guys would say they need to get to Russia in 1916.
Russia in 1916.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I'm avoiding touching any of the consoles right now.
Okay, so you guys work on getting Sean hooked up to the console, which, okay, so we'll do 2 separate roles to whatever, because there has to be a medical and then a science.
Okay.
So whoever's got the higher medical, roll that one, and whoever has the higher science, roll that one. The ingenuity medical and ingenuity science to see if you guys can hook Sean up properly to get it to work.
Well, what's your medicine and science, Brian?
They're both at 4.
Okay. My science is slightly higher. It's at a 5, so.
Okay, so you're gonna do the ingenuity plus science, and then Lamara will do the medicine and ingenuity.
Okay.
Not bad.
Okay, so that one's 3. That one's 7 over. It's 3 over, yeah, but 7 over success. So with you two working together, halfway through you kind of almost lose Sean again, but then working together, you two kind of figure out how to get it to work and get him hooked up where all of a sudden the TARDIS kind of goes, oh, and pulls out parts of the time vortex into itself and then does a small technological repair in itself and then kind of makes a happy tone as the machine would. I don't know.
Ah, there you are, girl. It's okay. You should feel better now. Now let's disconnect this thing before it does anything bad. And I look at their jury rig thing to actually get it going and start removing.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you reach
oh, that's really good.
dart the TARDIS itself and it kind of like you do it like a boot thing on it and it goes, okay. And then it works and you're like, okay. You remove that other device and be good.
Don't get rid of it. I want to work on it later in the workshop. It might be a good backup source. It just needs to be tinkered with.
Yeah. Okay. What do we do now? What's everybody's plan? Gaz is standing there like,
Well, you said we needed to go to Earth in what year?
2020.
well,
That is where
24.
the. Wait, what?
I got it wrong. It's 1914.
Oh, 1914 Russia?
Yeah. Or
Oh.
1916, sorry.
1916.
Yeah.
I wonder what it will be like there. I've only been in the 2000s.
1960, very interesting time.
Really?
Shoot. Out of character and out of curiosity, has anybody else actually had regeneration?
I believe Husser's character has regenerations. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not. And I'm not sure Zoe has. Zoe,
I have.
you have. Okay. I'm the youngest.
Yeah. How many regenerations?
I have.
One for me.
How many?
One.
Okay. Do you know what technology level you picked then?
What technology levels were Earth there? Early 2000s, so... Or, no, just Earth in the 2000s.
Okay, so technology 5.
Yeah. Uh, I'd say he lived through... He's 150... a good 60 years on Earth, so...
Okay.
Up to 2060.
Yeah, because I have technology 4 and 5. So I started just pre-industrial. So I can gadgeteers through all that. So this could be fun.
Excellent. Alright, well, the Master's going to be indisposed for a while he tries to figure out what went wrong on his ship. So, quick trip there and back?
I think that would be in order.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right. So are we lighting this tree on fire? That's the phrase, right? I think I buggered the phrase. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
As long as you don't touch anything.
I'm in a good mood today. I got to play with an immortal. It was interesting.
Sean, are you feeling all right?
Yeah. I think that was weird.
Weirder than dying and getting better?
I think I'm almost there. I just need a rest for a few minutes. Let me know when we get there. And he
Alright.
falls asleep on the, like, if there's a couch or something in the console room, he'll sit on that. Just kind of
Oh, there's
pass out.
probably a couple couches or a couple lounge chairs, something.
Yeah. So he'll fall on one of those and be like, I'm gonna just take a nap for 10 minutes.
2 hours later.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, so you fire up the TARDIS aiming for Russia in 1916.
Now, is it anywhere in particular in Russia or like the Russian front? What is it?
I couldn't.
World War One.
To me, it sounds like it was in a temple.
A temple?
Remember? Because the master was posing as a shaman in Russia
Gotcha.
when the doctor showed up. So I'm thinking it's some sort of temple type thing in Russia. And I'm going to say the TARDIS is smart enough and ingenuitive enough to scan Yaz's brain for the exact location.
Sounds good to me.
So when you guys light this thing up, is it gonna make like a train whistle noise as it goes off?
You might get a few whistles going off.
Yeah,
Some release of steam.
Yeah.
I was going to say there'd be steam filling up the room and whistles blowing as the TARDIS powers up and starts taking off.
Ooh, when we're about to launch, get like that train noise of the bing, 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 and like the red lights going.
Hey, why not?
Yeah.
Everything
Um,
from Steam.
And this is a lot smoother path. It kind of goes right there, land. You feel the TARDIS land somewhere.
Swing the monitor around and have a look.
Okay, you swing that around and it opens up, and it's actually what you see is. I'm trying to visualize the room. There was 2 tubes on either side that had pipes going up into the middle, going to each other. In this big open room.
Zoe, you think
And
you could secure a perimeter out there? Make sure everything's clear.
Yeah. Give me a second. And she's just putting the final pieces back together on her rifle.
Oh, Zoe, my character will pull out the pistol that he had handed, or she had handed him, and offer it back.
Okay.
oh, I forgot. Oh, I forgot about Alan. He's the medicine person. Oh, okay. So y'all step out. You see the tubes,
Well, we
and
sent Zoe out to at least make sure it's safe before we go. Is it? Sorry, you're saying it's safe, basically, right? Is that correct?
yeah. Zoe steps out and looks out, and there's nobody else in the room
Okay.
because at this point the master had dismissed the Daleks and the Cybermen out during this transaction. So there's just the 2 tubes, and in the left tube you see uh, a, a body in there that's kind of just laying there unconscious in the tube.
Oh, that looks like probably the doctor we're looking for, right?
I have a question, Lamara. Didn't you have some sort of psychic abilities?
Yes.
Okay,
I'll be right back in about 1 minute.
All right.
okay.
Yes. I have the
Telepathy.
psychic trait, telepathy, precognition, and clairvoyancy.
Trying to figure out how to do this. Because the person inside the thing is not moving at all. Has no rapid. It kind of looks like she's sleeping,
So he
but
is
not
breathing.
sleeping.
You're wondering if you're making us wonder if he's like brain dead, basically.
Yeah.
Like the brain activity is just enough to just be like, I'm breathing. There's heartbeat. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the brain isn't there where the body is.
It's
Right.
basically on autopilot.
Yeah.
Well, so are we saying that the doctor is in, or are we saying the doctor's out?
Not detecting much.
Ah, well, we have a body for leverage.
Definitely, what's to say? Gone fishing?
Okay, so I'm thinking, what if you were to go into the doctor's brain at the moment? Um, because what she was doing, she was on a cliffside talking to her past selves.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Welcome back.
So maybe you might see the side of a cliff and see a female talking to a figure sitting on a stone that every few minutes, as the other figure talks, it changes form, like instantaneously, between a couple, like 4 older men.
Okay. This is like they're almost talking to themselves.
Yes.
That's a paradox about to happen.
But they're on the side of this big old cliff too. Like the way they described it in the episode is that this cliff is the edge of her next regeneration.
Okay. So sort of like an inward looking.
Yeah.
Well, don't we need the doctor before to get the timeline back in order? We should probably like what it like. Is she about to do something that we should stop? My character doesn't know this information, so I'm just like they're having a serious conversation, is what it seems like.
Yeah, and then I sort of snap out of the telepathy. Like, interesting.
So what is happening in there?
Well, getting a bit of a feedback. It looks like this doctor is talking to a couple of past doctors, but it's all inside the head.
Wait, that's a thing. I haven't been through my first.
It's possibly a
Regen.
thing. I don't
Didn't
remember
happen
too
with
much of my
me.
past regenerations, but they are buried within the recesses of your mind when they do happen.
Oh, so I'll get to see future versions of me.
It's more like a future version you will see past versions of yourself.
Gotcha. All right. But wait, if she's
Random.
talking,
I had a random question pop into my head about this whole
right?
clairvoyance thing. You have to specifically say, I'm looking into this person's mind, right?
Yeah.
That's okay.
All right.
Anyways, go ahead.
So if she's talking to her past regeneration, it sounds like we're about to experience a regeneration, and anything that we need to know about Gallifrey is going to be lost because she's not going to remember what she was doing.
I don't know if it'll be a loss, but it'll take a bit to unlock it.
Yes.
Do we have the time to deal with that?
We will on Gallifrey. We'll have all the time we need.
And the thing is, we're Time Lords. We've got all the time in the universe.
Well, true.
That's fair. So this is the timeless child, though, correct?
If everything you said is correct, more than likely.
So I say we take the body with us. See
Centaur?
if we can use the master to get the doctor back to her old self, or wait until she regenerates. Either way, we have to take the body.
I could probably come up with a sedative if that's amenable to you all.
Can knock out the doctor. She's already knocked out, kind of in her head.
I think more to knock out the master.
Oh. Yeah, he's probably going to be heated by the time he gets back to the console room.
I could always hit another button.
No. Knowing your luck, he'll hit self-destruct.
I'll have you know that I have the greatest luck ever.
Sean nods.
So what
See?
you're telling me, you need me to hit him with the butt of my rifle in the head, really.
Can I like roll the dodge and use some story points to see if I dodge it just out of luck? Because my coordination is 2, guys.
I was going to say it'd be coordination versus his strength. Or her strength, I mean.
So this would be what? My coordination and athletics?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so we would do a strength fight to hit you.
So how does the story points? I haven't really used these in a while. So how do I use them? Do I just? Yeah.
So if you use 1 or 2, you get 2 dice.
So if I use 2, I get 2 dice. 2 more dice.
Yes.
All right. So it's gonna be /R 2d6, and then I have a +4 originally, and then I'll.
So if you spend a story point, you get 4d6.
Just one story point gets me 4d6, or does it change my 2d6 to 4d6?
It changes your 2 to 4.
And if I use 2, it turns to 6d6.
No, it goes only
Okay.
1.
Gotcha. Just want to make sure.
So the first one you would get 2, and then everyone after that is 1 additional die.
Gotcha. Well, I might as well. You know what? I'll spend the 2. I'll do 5d6 just for the heck of it.
Okay.
Because I haven't really used my story points that much, so I might as well use them.
Okay.
22.
Okay. So Zoe, do a strength fight roll if you want to put story points into yours.
Let's see if I'm lucky.
See how that'd be kind of cool. $10 or 11 actually difference. Yes, and so the mediator succeeds with a yes and.
So the meter's like when you go to swing, like it just like misses, and like enough that like I put my hand up like, ooh, you could hurt someone with that. And then smiles back. Anyway, yeah, no, I really believe that I'm the like just like disregarding, like trying to still convince someone that they're the luckiest person.
That's awesome. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna take the body of the doctor back to the forest.
I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Don't want to leave him here or her here or whoever it is.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys, the way the tube thing was, it's just a little glass door that easily opens, and you can pick up the doctor and carry her back into your TARDIS, find a comfy spot, and then go push the return trip button. I don't know if that exists, but that would be funny.
It's a lever. They're all levers. Everything's levers here.
Well, it's levers and valve wheels, and it's like
Yes.
you gotta turn them in a certain order, and this lever goes this way, that push this button, flip the switch.
There's probably an old typewriter, steampunk kind of typewriter thing too
Oh,
for the
probably.
keyboard.
My character is going to work on the sedative for the master on the way.
Okay. Okay. So TARDIS moves normal, steam, whistles, everything. Same amount of time passes because it's the same distance through time and space that you just traveled. So then you hear it land. And the time it took to travel, I would say you had gotten that sedative complete. Not sure how you're going to deliver it, but that's your ingenuity thinking.
Yeah. Oh, if only I had an old doctor's bag. Oh well, I guess ingesting it'll have to do. And my character will
So
go over to brew a pot of
at
tea.
well, Alan's like, pulls. There's a bag that was sitting off to the side. He goes and grabs it. So I got this. Does this count?
My character will go over, open it up, look inside.
So it's. Hold on, let me pull. It's nourishing supplies. It's got a bunch of stuff you would need for nourishing and whatnot.
Okay.
I could probably take some of this, a little bit of stuff in the workshop, and I could probably make you some type of needle gun that you could deliver from a distance.
Excellent. Although I think I'd want Zoe to do it. My hands get a little bit shaky when it comes to actual combat.
No, whoever is going to actually shoot it, by all means, but we can definitely make something up.
Yeah. So yes, if you would like to do that, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. So it's like I head off to wherever the workshop is and start making some type of dart gun.
So I find Zoe and I ask, have you seen any movement, possibly from the doctor? I mean, the master, since he's in the doctor's body, or claiming to be. At this point, I kind of think that we have the doctor's body. It's kind of confusing.
Well, I have not gotten any movement, so I'm just gonna leave them alone until we can get them switched.
Right.
Well, it normally does take a little bit of time
112.
for the regeneration to take effect, so...
Okay, so.
Yeah, so should have plenty of time.
So I look at the monitor outside to see what's going on outside. We're
What do
still
we do?
tree, right?
Yeah. So the TARDIS, it's the empty field with the TARDIS just sitting there, and technically it could have been the time you left and came back could be only a couple of minutes. Okay, so
I'm gonna sit and watch the screen while everyone else does their thing.
Lamar, when you make that gun, do an ingenuity technology roll.
Okay, and I have the Boffin major trait and the technical habit or adept plus gadgetry. Okay, so gadgetry give what, 2 bonus?
Yeah.
Okay, and then technical adept gives me another 2.
Yeah. You've probably done this before, so.
Ooh,
Bam.
Oh,
nice.
26.
It's 4 from perfect, if I'm not mistaken, because 30 is the highest,
Yeah,
at least in terms of difficulty.
12. You made it by 14.
It's the best damn needle gun you've ever seen.
Yeah.
It has multiple settings and even has this. You turn this and puts it in the stealth mode.
Yeah.
There's a
So you
scope
made.
that is both a close up and a far away. Sorry.
Yeah, you go down there, find all the parts you need, and there's like slap it together, and you're like, "What's the best thing I've made? I've made these several times. I think this is the best one I've ever made." Okay.
Okay, so now we got the gun. We need the tranquilizer.
My character will reach into his coat, pull out a little vial, and hold it up. It should be enough to, well, not kill him, but definitely slow his heart rate to the point where he passes out.
So you're sure this doesn't affect the 2 hearts?
Yeah, I
That's
realize
prob-
these are Time Lord bodies. He's got 2 hearts,
You
not
have
just
2
one.
hearts.
Yeah,
That's good.
it should work. If you want me to actually roll for it, I will. For how potent it is.
Yeah, that's gonna be the ingenuity science.
Okay. Ingenuity, science. It's a 20.
Ah, there we go. That's what I
Actually,
was. Okay.
I rolled before I announced it, so never mind.
Well, there's also using story points after it. If you use a story point after you do the roll, it bumps it up a success, or bumps it up a level.
Okay, yeah, I'll spend a story. I'll spend 2 story points on that.
Okay. 81. Remember page 81. You may need that later. So technically, it's a good with the bumped up. What you got was a yes, but with just your roll, and then spending the story points, it bumps it up to good. So it's yes, it'll affect Time Lord DNA to stop both their hearts. So it'll do the effectiveness of if you hit him to render him unmoved. Then do whatever you want after that. Okay. So, are we waiting in y'all's TARDIS until the master shows up? Or what?
Actually, one second. A plan, real quick. Do you know where that gadget is I pulled from the master's ship?
Give me a second. Walk back over to the wall, like flips open the tube, and hopefully, I hope it's the right one.
You made your TARDIS feel better, so yeah. She, I don't know what your TARDIS is, but it complies and it gives you back the device.
Okay. Does this thing have a loudspeaker?
Yeah, it's a Type 90, so probably.
Okay. My character's gonna go over to it, activate the PA system. Hand the rifle with the toxin to Zoe. I'm going to call him over, using this piece as a bait. And the moment he steps through that door, just shoot him with the dart.
Ooh, exciting.
Actually, Mediator, you're good at talking, right?
Yes. Yeah. I
You
mean,
should convince him.
besides, I have a rapport with him.
Yes, so you should convince him to come over. And my character will hold out the piece to you.
All right. It's this button right here, correct?
No, it's
Don't
this one.
touch any buttons.
Oh.
Here, I'll push it for you.
Am I on right now? Is this on? Hello? Is this on? Hello?
It's on now.
You're broadcasting out to the field and whatever randomness. That's awesome.
I think I found the thing that you were looking for. It was in my pocket the whole time. I don't know what that button did, but if I mean I'm broadcasting, so you can find me, right? I'll be here.
My
Click.
question is, the video screen still up on the outside?
Yes.
Okay. At first, nothing changes. And then, like 5 or 10 minutes later, you see the door of the TARDIS. Both doors just fly open. And you see the Master Doctor, I guess I'm going to call him, run out the door. Stand there, look around.
Oh, open the door for the nice man.
And then he pulls out the sonic blaster and starts running towards y'all's open door.
Hey, we opened the door for you, good sir. No need to pull your weapon just yet. We'll give it back to you free of charge.
I haven't been alive several million years to not know what a trap is. And he stops just before the doors.
Well, if you want this device, I'm afraid you'll have to come in.
Hold on, I'll go get somebody. And then you see him run off to the side of the forest. And you notice which direction he's running towards. Especially Zoe would notice because she went that way. But he's running towards where Sean's body would have been.
Sean's right here.
Yeah, he doesn't know that though.
So should we tell him?
Oh, I'm quite sure he'll figure it out.
I was gonna say, Sean's like, "I'll give it a few more seconds. He'll figure it out." Wait, why is he looking for me?
Who knows? Probably wanted to use you as a shield or something.
So we're standing our ground basically at this point. We're just gonna wait until he comes back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anything else? Like if I were to walk out there, I would fuck up your guys' plan. So I'll just for now. We're good.
Yeah. And my character's going to be ready with the. Actually, Lamara, would you mind being ready to close the door the moment he gets in here?
Oh, by all means.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay, so he shortly returns out of the forest.
I'll
Confused.
have you know that I wasn't lying. You see, these outfits unfortunately don't have many pockets, so all my friends have pockets.
He's
And,
slowly walking towards the TARDIS, and you see him put the blaster away because kind of his head held down because his original plan didn't work again. He's like, "Fine." Walks up there, steps right through the door. Device, please.
Close the door.
He pulls the door shut, or pushes it shut. I don't know which direction doors go.
It opens inward.
Okay,
Okay.
so you would push it shut.
see, I was thinking like parlor doors. You know, they
And,
just open and close.
My character will just kind of look over at Zoe.
And then I would pull the trigger.
Okay, something, shoot, that's my brain forgot.
Wouldn't that be marksman?
Coordination.
Marksman
Oh,
with
marksman.
coordination. Yeah, marksman with coordination.
Yeah, this is the bread and butter.
Okay. Don't forget story points if you want.
Okay. So what I would do 2d6 plus 4 plus 6.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, I gotta go back to 81.
Oh.
Oh, that's not good.
That's a 2d6, 4, 6. Did you use any story points?
No, I was hoping I didn't need to use any.
Gotcha. Yeah, that is a pretty bad roll. Fuck.
Versus. Okay, so that's versus his coordination and awareness. So, oops. 2d6 plus 9.
Ooh. Okay. Ooh.
Okay. So, you can still do. That is the wrong page number. You can still spend story points to bump it up as soon as I figure out.
I mean, at this point, I kind of have to use story points. So I'd
not
just roll another
entirely
2d6.
I mean, like,
mean,
we could
If
try
we
to,
want
like,
this, if we want this plan to succeed, I would have to.
that's
Yes.
true. That is true.
So, how many do you want to spend? Because I think it's one per movement. And where you're at now is no. You miss completely and it shoots into the wall.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that would be pretty bad.
If it goes up one more, it'll be a no but.
So if he uses story points, he gets 2 more d6s to add to his score?
No.
Is that how that works?
He already
or-
did the roll, so he's spending story points to bump up the success
Got
from
you.
the failure. Like the result now is bad.
So it's just changing from each of the status instead of the actual.
Yeah, it's moving it to a different tier of success or failure. Depending on how many story points he spends will depend on how far it moves.
I forget. Can you use reverse the polarity of the neutron flow on other people, or is that just a personal thing?
Ah, that I'm
Ew.
not sure.
That's something to look up. Yeah.
Let's see. Can be used once per adventure after the characters fail to roll. Use this. The player may declare that they are reversing polarity of the neutral flow to result. So science having an innate understanding of the ebbs and flow of energy can make intuitive leaps that allow them to solve scientific and technological problems through unusual applications of that energy. That's using science or technology skill.
Okay, gotcha.
I just caught that part. Yeah, it's only when you make a science or technology roll
Hmm.
to utilize that. So, how many points, story points, are we going to do to make it successful, or are we going to run with what we got?
How many story points do you got? I'm curious because it refreshes every scene, right? So, is a scene? How many scenes have we gone through in this scenario? Like this whole
This
thing?
is the second scene.
Okay. So
So scene is
would
game. Okay,
so
gotcha.
when
I
so
spent 2.
so yeah. So yeah, you should go back up to your max, whatever it was after each game then.
Okay, the real question is, what is my max? Because I've not been keeping track.
12.
Have you spent your story points?
No, I have not spent any story points.
So you have 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you haven't gone through any regens, right? You have
I've gone
12 to start
through.
with?
Actually, that is the experience special good trait. Use the
Okay.
story points.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I think you would be at 10. Right.
Did you use any
Or no,
story
we
points when
used
you were
one.
building a character?
Did I?
It would give you like bonus attributes or skills or traits, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's just attributes and traits it boosts, from what, if I remember correctly, because they're pretty big things.
You just did one of the experience. That's right. So I think you would be at 10.
Yeah.
So he had 11, and if you were to use one, it'd be a 10? Because I had
No,
12 to
he
start with.
starts at 10 at
Okay.
each scene.
Did he take one level of experienced?
Yes.
It's 3 points per.
Oh, it's 3? I thought it was 2.
No, it's 3.
It's 3. So you would start out with each scene starting out with 9.
Yeah.
So you would have a total of 9 because you haven't used any.
And
Yeah.
mine is the one with the most. I am the luckiest because I have 12.
Well, I only have 3.
Okay, so how many of those 9 do you want to contribute to this narrative to make you not miss?
Oh, 4.
Okay, 73. 4 would then put 1, 2, 3. Oh, go. So you go to fire the thing, and it's kind of going, and it hits him in the neck, and he's kind of holding his hand out. And was like, looks at you and was like, really? And slumps down to the floor.
I say, nice shot.
Thank you.
Good shot.
Well, that I'm glad that we got that taken care of. So we should probably scan him.
Definitely.
Okay. Do you gonna scan with the TARDIS or with the Sonics?
With the TARDIS, it
Okay.
has superior scanners.
Oh yeah. So the TARDIS does its little thing, and then the monitor shows up the display of information about who this is. Um, gives an age, it's like unknown. Um, technically because he's regenerated and changed forms and became a ghost at one point. Um, the age is unknown with this being. Also, it's in the body of an immortal being, so age is unknown. It scans it. It's the master and the doctor's body type thing, because it did like made the doctor regenerate into the master type weird thing. So it has the best of both worlds. The
So
TARDIS.
did we get a match with the weird DNA thing that we had already? Is that what's going on with that? Like, or is it like a partial match that shows up, basically?
It's partial because it is the doctor, but it also has the master as well because of what he did. It also reveals all the stuff that he's carrying on him, which is the sonic blaster, um, psychic paper that she always carries.
Ooh, I'll take that.
Just gonna take it from the dump. Okay. There's an orange. I don't know. That just sounds fun in whatever pockets.
Okay, so why don't we take these two back to Gallifrey and see what the Time Council wants to do? Because this one is supposed to be the Doctor, this one is the Master in the Doctor's body, right?
I mean, yeah, but don't.
But is it a good idea to take the master back to Gallifrey?
I mean, he's knocked out. He won't be waking up very soon.
true.
Uh,
But just part of me is saying that's a bad idea.
I mean, he blew it up, right?
Well,
Who-
he
who
eventually
knows?
blows it up somewhere, sometime, somehow.
So,
mm,
the thing that's bothering me right now is the fact that I could have sworn we're looking for something that the doctor has on him,
true.
like a prism or a cube.
You mean one of those stasis cubes?
The thing
Yes,
that
that's the one.
the thing for the Gallifrey, he in order for him to put him back on the timeline, we need to make sure he has that on him.
And this one did not.
And did we find anything on the other comatose one?
No. Or did we even look? My character will go over there and inspect this regenerating individual.
Okay. Jody. To pull up that thing, pull up that doctor. No, like. No. Ah,
Be right back, y'all.
Alrighty.
let's see. Trying to find the character thing.
Well, they're sort of busy trying to see if the cube's on the other doctor. I'm actually going to try to touch the mind of the master doctor and give it a
Oh,
ring.
okay. First thing you hear is the drum beats, because it's still in his head since he looked into the vortex at 8 years of age. So,
Sorry about that.
um, and technically you probably feel anger. Um, I cannot find the character. Because if I remember right, the doctor didn't even know where the kid was. But, okay. I can focus on the master's mind when you first enter it is, of course, you hear that overall uh, drum beat. The master always hears that 4 drum beat thing that's considered the heart of a Time Lord. Um, you also get the emotional feeling of anger and frustration. Um, how far deep are you wanting to go? How far back over his timeline, or what are we?
I'm looking for the point where he said he killed everybody on Gallifrey.
Okay. No, because Missy died on that ship. Then he regenerated into this master. Trying to remember. Okay. So you go back trying to find that. And you get to the beginning where he gets onto Gallifrey in the bubble universe, right? Um, but he kind of sneaks into the capital, um, makes his way down to the Gallifreyan archives of records. Um, I'm trying to remember what the name of that hall is. Ah, Peter was in there for a while as a doctor. Ah, it has little bits and pieces of Doctor of Time Lord's history down there. But
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to remember what that was called.
Isn't that the time vault?
Yes. And he sneaks into the time vault. You watch him sneak into the time vault, um, and gain access to set information there. And then you see him run into the same blockage that you do, that you had done with your knowledge thing, and when you've done research before trying to get. It says it's blocked unless you're a member of the council or whatever. And kind of pulls out his sonic blaster thing, does uh, some settings on it to change it around a little bit, points at it, removes the restraint, and he goes into the archives and dives into everything that the council has been hiding from regular Time Lords. Um, and he sits there and reads through and absorbs all the information as he does kind of like a reverse absorption type thing through all of Gallifreyan history. And then he gets to the beginning, and then you see the image of there's this pillar that comes up, and there's this pillar that's there, and this child steps out of a portal, and this older lady walks up to the child, and it says, and they have a little conversation. And this lady takes the child back to her house, and at this point, she raises the child like it's her child, does the protective thing and whatever. And one day, the child's out playing with other children, and this child falls off a cliff and dies. Well, the old lady finds the child and is over there mourning the child as the child does the normal, starts glowing with the yellow glow on her, and then before their eyes changes into a different child. And then you watch, it kind of goes a little bit faster on that time progression because you watch as this older lady does scientific experiments on this child to understand how that works. The child dies several times during the process, but regenerates again, and then a device gets put on her, wipes the child's memory, and then they go back and do more experimentations until this older lady has figured out how to master regeneration. And she takes that knowledge and applies it, goes before the council, the early council, which was only like 2 or 3 people, and she presents her findings and how they can better advance their race to become dominant people in the universe. And as the master watches this, and as you're watching the master watch this, you feel anger boil up inside of him, like more than usual. Like he is like to the top point where he's about to explode. And when all that gets to the council part where she presents that information and they decide to use it and apply it, and then makes rules on how many regenerations are possible, blah blah blah. He blows up and then pulls out of that completely and just goes straight to the council room, pulls out that sonic blaster and just blasts everybody and in the council room, and then takes out the device. A couple things laying around the room, and jimmies up a giant bomb that will blow up in the middle of the Capitol.
And like, does the bomb destroy the Capitol, or is it just wipes out the people?
It kind of does both. The Capitol's in ruins. It destroys the entire Capitol, makes it in ruins, and far as noticing, all people are gone.
And this wipes out the whole planet?
Yes. No, I think it was just the Capitol, if I remember right.
From what I remember, that episode, they only show the Capitol.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say if it wipes out the entire planet, or I guess all the Time Lords would be in the Capitol itself.
Yeah. Most Time Lords are within the Capitol. The people that are outside in the wilderness, they don't have that regeneration capabilities. They were never given that in their genetic code. Only the Time Lords were. So I think he would limit it to said Time Lords, just the capital city.
Okay, we'll give the Master a little bit of a heart.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I will now slowly bring myself out, because that's just a lot I absorbed.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to come out too quick, because that just might hurt.
Yeah. True.
my character will go over to the teapot and pour him a glass of tea. Pass it to him.
Oh, thank you.
But supposedly this is the doctor we need?
That's the body we need. That probably has the mind we need. We have to somehow gotta switch them back.
Well, I do have some know-how in medicine. So,
You guys
what
do
kind of...
know that there is a device that did the switching back in Russia.
I think we need to go back in time again.
Well, you can set that up, and I'm just going to have a look it over at our friend here.
Yes. And I will get us back to where this whole process began.
Okay,
Maybe we can use that to reverse everything.
maybe. So what kind of role would I need to basically do a mind transplant on two Time Lords that somehow got switched up?
Well, is it the question is it how impossible is it without the stuff in Russia, basically, right? That is kind of the question that we're asking. Because if it's impossible, then it's like a 30 you could still do it. It's just a 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the Master had spent hundreds of years creating this device and getting these people together to have the ability to force the Doctor to regenerate into the Master.
Gotcha.
And in the episode, they get the Master Doctor that's conscious back into the tube, and it kind of reverses the process.
Mm.
The Doctor still has to regenerate, and that's how she regenerates into her next reiteration on the side of a mountain and an ocean.
Okay. So we basically, what you're saying is my character would know that we need the proper equipment, and the proper
Yes.
equipment is not here.
Yes.
Gotcha. No, I'm afraid I can't do it without the proper equipment.
Then I guess it's back to 1916 Russia.
Set it up.
All right. So you turn the dial to reverse back to Russia again.
Yes.
Okay. So your TARDIS leaves and arrives there. It seems like seconds after you left. And outside is the two empty chambers for the forced regeneration device. Guess that would be called.
I have no clue, honestly.
Yeah. So, knowing where the unconscious Doctor's body was, you put her on that side and the Master Doctor on the other side and shut the door. And it should correct the universe section where people should be.
We hope.
They help. So you guys put them in there. The energy, the regeneration energy out of both the Doctor and the Master kind of go up, meet in the middle, and then do kind of like a combination thing, and then separate back down to who they need to be. And go back down the tubes into the bodies. And as the Doctor wakes up, Yaz is excited and grateful, and she's checking to make sure the Doctor is okay.
Now we still need to get him to Gallifrey, so I'm not. Are humans allowed on Gallifrey?
Get who to Gallifrey?
Okay.
I'm confused. Who do you want to get to Gallifrey? I'm confused.
Well,
Wait, aren't we in Russia right now?
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, we're
On
on
we're
Earth.
in Russia, but we need to get the Doctor back to Gallifrey so he can reverse the time. What's it? And the lady is probably going to want to tag along. So
Oh,
that's what my
yeah.
character was meaning. Yeah.
Can Yaz be on Gallifrey?
Yeah.
Other companions have been on Gallifrey before. There have been companions that have been on Gallifrey when Gallifrey was in full capacity with the War Council and whatnot.
Okay. Cool.
Because I want to see the second Doctor was Lord President, and when he went back for his review case, one of the companions was there talking with a couple of the Time Lord guards. And I'm pretty sure the fourth Doctor took a companion to Gallifrey.
Yes, it did.
Excellent.
knowledge?
The master, I believe, is who he's referring to.
What do we do with the master?
Yes.
Do you let him free to do whatever he wants? Lock him up? What?
I'm one for locking him up.
How? I got an idea.
Hmm.
How about we will go back more towards the beginning of time itself and find a suitable, newly formed hospital planet and just sort of leave him there,
Hmm.
minus his sonic device.
Well, yes. Sure,
Okay,
why not?
so when. Okay. Okay. So as you guys are standing there thinking on what to do, the doctor steps out of the tube, kind of looks around, looks at hugs and is like, oh, that was adventurous.
Was it now?
Yes, it was informative. I've learned a lot. Who are
Yes,
y'all?
Hello, we're from Gallifrey. Would you mind terribly if you... Well, actually, mediator, please take it from here.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. I'm the mediator, and we were sent here by Gallifrey to see if you could put us back in the timeline, or figure out what is preventing you from doing so. They weren't very good on specifics, if I'm being honest. They said bring you back. They didn't say how to do that, whether or not to be forceful or not. We're just here to talk. Hi.
Okay, I already did that in my last regeneration.
Right.
I returned back to Gallifrey and became Lord President for a while. No, I'm
Right.
just kidding.
So, a question about that. What's this about the Master destroying Gallifrey? Did you fix that too, then?
Well, mm, not really. I've had some issues. We went back to Gallifrey. He told me about my past. Uh, I
You
learned
being
about
the
that.
timeless child and all that?
Yes, I found a device that has all my memories, and I didn't unlock it. I just thought that would be too much for me to handle at one time, so I have no idea where it is. I gave it my TARDIS. My TARDIS is hidden it.
Okay. So then, I guess the question is, if you've already gone back, you didn't go back with us? Did you already add us back to the timeline then? Gallifrey?
Trying to remember. Oh, I'd spent millions of years locked away, repeating the same actions over and over for 100 million years. And then when I left there, I went back to Cal. When I stepped out of that prison, I was on Gallifrey, right? And the Lord President at the time wanted me to do something. I was like, no. And then I kind of changed my mind and said I might help if he helps me with something. Because, oh, what was her name? Clara Oz? No.
Yeah.
Clara Osgood, I think it was.
Oswald.
Oswald. Clara Oswald. I wanted her back.
Of course. So, so, but yes or no? Is Gallifrey back on the timeline, or is there still the matter? Because I mean, we were sent out here to get you back, and you're saying that we missed it, or are you saying that you went back to Gallifrey and didn't do any of that, and we're still kind of out of the timeline?
You got the later version. You need the earlier version of me.
Ah. Do you know what you did with the prism? The cube that was used to bring it back?
Oh, where did I put it? Might be in that box.
Yes, the box. You know what you did with the
It'll
box?
have to be in the G box. On my TARDIS. Wherever that's at. Well,
Is it blue?
my TARDIS is right there. Well, it was.
Didn't we?
Where's my TARDIS?
Oh, the blue
Uh,
box. That's forward in time. We can take you there.
It's in a field, right?
Yes. I'm sure it keeps a log of that. Isn't that right, Lamar?
Oh, yes. Just take a few little flips of a switch and we'll be back.
Does that sound amenable to you, Doctor?
All right. Guys, let's go. Wait. Which pillar is it? This pillar wasn't here before. It must be this one. And she walks up to it.
All right.
Well,
So
I'll
you
make
go.
my way back onto the ship.
Yup, same.
Okay. So you get on the TARDIS. You fly it back to the forest. And you're there. And she's like, why do I keep losing my TARDIS? Anyways, yes, in here. She goes over, snaps her fingers, and the doors open for her. She walks in. It's like, okay, we're looking for G. Okay, this one's got C. She starts pulling random things on the wall, kind of pulls one out. Maybe in here?
Scientists or Lamara, do you want to have a
Yes.
look?
Oh, what are we looking for?
I imagine we're looking for whatever thing the Doctor is supposed to be carrying, the earlier version, to bring Gallifrey back into in the timeline. And maybe if we can have a better look at the later device, we could work our way back.
Okay. So what would that take? What kind of role would that take?
Trying to figure what a spot would be.
That would be awareness, and then it would be.
Yeah, that's a toughie with the skills given.
I say just do straight up awareness.
I think subterfuge? No.
Oh, that's the roguish type one.
Survival?
I was leaning towards survival.
The survival, like from what I saw, a lot of it was like for the
Environmental
environment.
survival.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be it'd be technology because we're looking
Yeah,
at it'd be
different.
it'd be knowledge. It either be knowledge or it would be based on whatever field that you would have to understand it basically.
Well, I have
So it'd be
knowledge
awareness
base
plus those
courses,
things.
so- Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think just technology would be the most apt for that.
Yeah, so do awareness technology.
That is a
Okay.
12.
And I will do the same.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Trying to remember what things would be in G. Oh, she categorizes things weird. C had the Carianites. So you look through G because she's thinking, oh, Gallifrey. But you look through that one and you don't see the device. She's like, you said it was a cube, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's in C. My bad. Goes over to the floor right by the console, pulls up the grate, pulls out this big old box, sets it on the floor, opens it up, and goes, eh, Carry Knights. I remember them. Oh, look, a cube.
And I guess there's no way for we just take her word for it or understand what it is. Basically, those are the two options we have. It sounds
She's like, okay, so this was the cube that had Gallifrey, that did have it in it.
like. Okay.
I
So
just kept the cube
did
after
this? So
when I was a white-haired Scotsman.
how much energy does it take to store such a thing inside of a pocket dimension?
13 TARDISes running at once.
So something like that would be hard to hide if we knew what frequency we were looking like if it was giving off something. As long as we knew what we were looking for, we could probably match it and find it in a different timeline and find the right doctor, correct? As long as we knew what we were looking for.
Here's a funny thought. What do you think would happen if we put Gallifrey in the time cube into this cube? So when he summoned it, it would be another cube.
I don't think that that's how that works, unless you like it would just be out of the cube for a period of time and then back in the cube.
No, the doctor's like, no. What he's trying to say is he's going to take the cube that has Gallifrey and put it inside of this cube here. The cube itself
Or we go
into
back to
this cube.
Gallifrey in the cube, and we put Gallifrey into this cube so that when he summons Gallifrey, it summons a cube. Then we swing by and snatch it.
What if we go back to Gallifrey in the cube, then put in this cube, then just leave the cube and then release it from the cube that we're in? In the cube that we have. Is that doable?
I don't know.
But we would need 13
Yes, but at the
13
point where the Doctor brings back Gallifrey, we would have 13 TARDISes sitting right there.
It's worth a shot.
So you're talking about re-altering the trajectory of their attempt into another cube.
Yes.
I mean,
It's the same cube. It's just a different
try.
time. So in theory, it'd just be a bait and switch at that point.
Yeah, that would take a lot of calculations to interrupt that beam that I did over 13 regenerations.
Yeah.
Like, I spent 13 regenerations or 12 regenerations coming up with this idea to save Gallifrey instead of using the my brain just went blank. That device. What's it called? The War Doctor used the device, pushed a button, and it killed the Daleks and the Time Lords.
Oh, the moment.
The moment, yeah.
Ah.
Like, the first time through, I used the moment to kill every Gallifreyan and Dalek in the Time War. Until
That does
later
not
versions of
sound
myself
right.
came with a better solution.
All right. So
What was the solution, if you mind me asking?
The cube. Putting Gallifrey in the cube in a bubble universe.
But then you summon it back, right?
It took me a while to find my way back. I couldn't find Gallifrey right away.
Hmm.
I only
Okay.
happened on to Gallifrey after being in the crystal, or what was it called? The confession dial. When I was in the confession dial for those 100 million years, when I came out of the confession dial, I was on Gallifrey.
I see. Oh, it was a thought anyway.
right. So is there any way we can uh, keep track of when this cube was in use? By
I mean, we can
learning a little
always
bit of how
scan
it
it with
works from
our
there.
TARDIS.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
I mean, I kept it as a souvenir, so it's been in this box for 400 years.
Oh, by the way, please do hand this lady back the part that is missing from her ship.
There's a part missing from my ship. What did the master do to my ship?
He didn't do anything to your ship. He was using it to zip around, so I thought I would incapacitate his ability to do so.
Oh, well, thank you.
Not a problem.
What did you take, though? Who has it? I forgot at this point.
I
I have
believe
it.
it was the... Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I believe you're looking for the key.
Yes. Because before long, I've got to take Yaz back home. And she kind of plugs it back where it needs to go, kind of hooks it all up and whatnot. It's like, well, if you guys want to take the cube, that's fine. Honestly, I'm feeling a bit weak, and I need to take Yaz back home for.
Well, our ship is right over there. So,
I know, but I want to say my goodbyes with Yaz. She's, fam.
whatever
Alright.
that means. Oh, right, it was a thing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's what the 13th Doctor called her companions. She called them fam.
So, um, all right, let's go scan this cube, and we'll leave you to it then. Is there a way that we could I guess reach out to you? I mean, I guess we could always just use the information we got from the scan of your Tartarus, I guess, to find you.
Yeah, my TARDIS has a phone number. There's a phone, which I don't think I've directed it back inside yet. No, I did. I did. Yeah.
All right. All right. If we need to get the cube back to you, we will get the cube back to you. Whenever we get the chance. That'll be it, I guess. And I was start walking back to to our TARDIS.
Okay. So you guys walk outside. As y'all step away, you see the police box TARDIS kind of do its little grindy and then fade out. You guys walk back into your TARDIS, and what? What's our action we just set up?
Well, I'm definitely interested in inspecting the cube, but if it takes that much power in order to get it to boot, we're going to need a bigger ship.
Sounds like we're gonna try to make old friends with the must destroy elimination people. I feel like that'd be enough power.
Okay, so I just thought of something. Has Jenny just been following you all around?
She has been.
So she's still following you guys. Walks back onto y'all's TARDIS. What are you gonna do with Jenny?
So, Jenny,
Yeah.
you went with the other doctor last time. What were you doing with the master and the doctor when we first arrived?
He was choking me.
Right. I mean, that was apparent. We could see that. But what led up to the events? Why are you entangled and why were you being choked?
It sounded like he wanted to make the doctor's reputation bad. So maybe he found me. uh, I was on the. I was born on a planet from DNA extracted from the doctor. We were dealing with the Hoth,
Right.
and I got shot, and I came back, and I decided to explore the galaxy. Then a couple years later, I met up with the same version of the Doctor. We did a couple adventures here and there, and then I had other adventures I did, traveling, getting ships, and being
Did you
commander of a
see
ship.
him release Gallifrey, or was that before you knew the Doctor?
Uh, Technically, from my understanding, the timeline was after, before he even locked it up. was after
Ah.
that.
Okay.
All right. So, are you saying you want to come with us as a companion, or just trying to understand because you were with them before, or like now you're with us? So I'm just making sure. Like, do you need to be somewhere, or do you want to travel with us? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Sure, let's go with y'all.
All
It could be
right.
just as fun as, Donna. What's her name? I can't remember her name.
Sean, I hope you're not too busy.
Where? No.
No,
Sha-
Sean. Sean. Oh, Sean. Um, he just now wakes up as you say his name. It's like, all right, what are we doing to deal with the master doctor dude?
We figure we're just going to go back to the beginning of time and find him a nice hospital.
Um,
Wasn't that the plan?
that's what I heard. I'm not.
I am totally lost and confused.
Gonna
Didn't
find
we
a
have to get?
nice planet to live on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't we have to get the original body? I'm so.
Already done. You fell
So wait,
asleep.
hold on, hold on. If we're sending him to a planet, a nice planet, at the beginning of time, technically, isn't all the materials he needs to make stuff is still going to be around? It's just going to take forever for him to build it, right? It's just because.
Exactly. And he's not gonna have his Sonic with him. We're
You're gonna have
keeping
to
that,
wait hundreds of thousands of years.
if not longer.
Yes.
All right, let's do this. Then, I guess we're doing that.
Oh, it'll be
Okay.
fun. Don't
So
worry.
you have Sean and Jenny. Then you go take the TARDIS, put in, day one of the universe. Do
Well, day one of the first actual habitable planet.
yeah.
We did day one of the universe.
There's nothing there.
There's a lot of hot plasma.
Okay. Um.
Where there's trees. Or something that's breathable.
Insert my eyes joke.
So the TARDIS picks one random planet that would work, has low level population, and seems suitable for what you guys have in mind. Because it was listening to you guys talk and think. And arrives there on the planet. And there you go. It's a nice little planet, I guess.
Just kind of gently nudge him out the TARDIS with my foot.
And it's just laying on the ground there, and you guys dematerialize away.
Yeah.
Basically. And we have any gadget he has on him, we have
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
the psychic paper.
And the gun.
And the Sonic Blaster. Okay.
Alright.
Peace, this is what you get for blowing up Gallifrey, you jackass.
It was a pleasure meeting with you. And I hope we meet on better terms. And I can get back on
He's
and leave.
still unconscious. He's still unconscious from that drink thing. And he
Right.
just kind of is laying there on the ground.
Well, that's what I say before I get back on.
Okay. Do I have any desires what we're doing next? Or well, let's just
Yeah.
We'll just end it there.
The universe is our oyster, trying to find where the cube had Gallifrey. And that's where
Yeah.
we're starting. That's where we're going to start from.
Okay. So
Sounds good.
we'll end there. And before we do, I want to do an end scene real quick before we do sign off. Uh, so you guys kind of leave him there, and your TARDIS leaves and goes, uh, and fades out, and then it comes up to an image of a planet, um, and it's a planet with buildings everywhere, railway going around, and all that, and a really nice, bushel planet. It's almost like Coruscant, but more of storage if you view more. It's like a planet-sized city. Okay. And then a few seconds later, this little girl pops up on the screen, sitting in the middle of her living room. And is just watching TV, and then she looks over directly into the camera view to where it's right in her face, and she's like, "Oh, a new Time Lords have entered the the library. Ah, new Time Lords have entered the library." And then it fades from that, and then goes to this other screen of this older or middle-aged lady with really poofy hair sitting on a couch with a little boy and a little girl, and they're sitting on a couch reading a book. Uh, and as she's reading it, you can see the cover of it is blue. On the front and back cover is just blue to look like a TARDIS. It's the blue of the TARDIS, and she's reading from this book. And as it starts to fade out, you hear this woman say, "Now, at the time I had arrived at the library, the doctor hadn't a clue who I was, but later would learn what our future entailed together and all that. And it was a grand story, and we'll see." And then it fades out. Okay, now that's the end of that. Let's do sign offs, I guess. Who wants to be first? No?
I suppose I can go first.
Okay.
Hello there, I'm Haster. I mostly play in the Restoration of Gallifrey game as far as this show is concerned. I also play in one of Rogue Grey Fox's games, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, and I played the role of the scientist.
All right. This is you caught me playing the Mediator. I am Rogue Grey Fox. You can catch me here every other week playing the Mediator on Saturdays. Sunday you can catch me playing Zalicorian every other week on the what was it? The
Gloomfall.
Gloomfalls. Gloomfalls. I was gonna say glow for some reason, but it like I picture glowing like mushroom caps for some reason. Because that's what I picture the under.
That's your light source. It's glowing mushrooms.
Yeah, so that's all like that's the first thing that came to mind. But yeah, so yeah, Gloomfall plays Alicorian, learning to be more blend in with society and be more politically inclined, and then I am playing Ambassador Snooter, who is politically uh, in a politically inclined job, but doesn't necessarily feel politically inclined. Other than that, I run Embers of Uruk in my own channel on Facebook at Rogue Grey Fox on Facebook Live. And we are in the city of knowledge, and the party will be having revelations since we are going to be confronted with a lot of information, and I hope my goal is to keep it exposition, but very engaging. It's going to be very tricky, but I always love a good challenge, so that's what I'm going to do.
I'm just going to try and get these people high.
Yes. And I guess the other thing is I have a game coming up. Tuesday the 20th is what I'm currently shooting for, and I hope to get as many players as we can together for it. To play, of course. Happiness is mandatory in this game, guys. It is. Paranoia. So, and I will be your friend computer for all your troubleshooting needs. And there'll be a lot of clones. And a lot won't make it. But we will find the spirit of Christmas. Whoever stole it. Maybe no one stole it. No, we'll find out. I can't wait to see how that plays out. But that is it for me. Friend computer out.
Okay. That was cool. Anybody else want to volunteer?
Yeah, I'll go next. Yeah, I'm Brian C. I played Lamara tonight. Very interesting story. Going to be really interested to see how this goes. Besides that, you can find me tomorrow night running said Gloomfall, a D&D 3.5 story set way deep in the Underdark, where they're just trying to survive. Every other every other Saturday, opposite of this game, I run After the Bomb. It's a Twilight 2000 4th edition game where it's nothing but survival because, well, 5 years of World War III's happened and pretty well everything went to pot. So come in if you want to see some real survival stuff with that one. You can also find me every other Tuesday. I believe this.
It's not this Tuesday. It's the
It's-
following Tuesday.
It's the following Tuesday. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Amy's game, which now I've completely forgotten the name. But anyway, we're all a bunch of diplomats and we're just having fun in the fake court. Well, I'm having fun, but
Isn't it like nobility and notoriety?
thank you. And on every Thursday, you can find me playing my new character, Meza, the angel that came from the heavens down to earth to find something. Long story, but it's going to be fun, especially when we get these guys up in space.
Okay.
That's going to be hilarious. I can hardly wait till the first person actually tries to shoot a real gun. Oh, are they in for a surprise? Anyway, that brings it back. That's it for me.
All right. Soul Demon, you want to do outro?
Yeah, sure. Hello, I am Soul Demon. You caught me playing Zoe, which is a badass shooter, but for some reason she couldn't shoot today and almost failed the mission because she could not get her aim straight. But other than that, this Sunday I am in Gloomfall playing a character with anger issues because the only person that he has ever trusted in his life died. Oh, what else? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
All right. That brings it back to me, which I'm Scott. I was the GM of this Doctor Who Adventure in Time and Space, which took an interesting turn, which is I'm okay with. That was awesome. What else am I in? Let's see. The other Saturdays from this, I'm After the Bomb. That's the dude that gets blamed for other people being shot, even though he's not there. And then on Sundays, I'm in Gloomfall, where I did a sermon and brought more people to the group for some reason because we don't have enough. And then on Monday, I'm in the Shardverse 4739. I don't know. Where I disobeyed direct orders from a commanding officer, and now I'm going to be in big trouble. But scientifically, it worked. And then on Thursday, I'm in New Amsterdam as the doctor dude, and I can't remember my name. Trinix, who decided to be honest with Suzerain for once. And that was some interesting things to be honest with her and then honest with her boyfriend. So we'll see how that plays out. Other than that, I think that's everything I'm in. Oh, I'm the person. With that, I really want to do the R.I.P. Master because he's on a planet by himself. So we'll do like R.I.P. Master, I guess.
It was an accident. R.I.P. Master.
Yeah.